Hey.
And welcome to the Sullivan Tire postgame show. Teddy Steinberg, Ryan Alderson, now joined by head coach Bobby Rodrigue. And coach, it was a tough start for you guys, an early goal, but the rest of that first period and mainly the rest of the game, you guys played a solid game. What were your thoughts there from that first period?
Yeah, tough starts, right? That's becoming a bad habit for us. Overall, we thought the guys made some decent adjustments, some good compete, for a quick turnaround against a good team, and took it to them in the third period. We felt good about that, but still came up short. That's the story of our semester right now, coming up short.
Coach, you saw a lot of offensive opportunities throughout this game. What do you guys have to do better next game to capitalize more on those?
Yeah, honestly, I think we're gonna keep working at it. But at the end of the day, like when you think about it, like we put up 6 last night, we put up 3 tonight. But like right now, we're looking at each time we play teams the second time. Like we just played Plymouth better than we played them the first time. We just played Babson way better than we played them the first time. We just played New England College better than we played them the first time. So. So in terms of what we do, we're just going to keep working on these things. Like we talked, with the group in the locker room after, and the first week and a half of the semester, 2 weeks, was really a disaster for us. So we've, we had to kind of retract a little bit and start building almost from the ground up again. And that puts us behind a little bit, right? Like there's some special situations, like the 4-on-4 stuff, like those things that we haven't had an opportunity to do quite as much of it as we'd like to. So, we've got to keep pushing forward on more face-off type stuff, more special situation type stuff. Like you got to keep getting those things into your toolbox. Unfortunately, we had to back up and restart a lot of stuff. So we're going to get there. We're going to keep working at it. The good part is, even though I know this week coming up is kind of a weird one because we got a Tuesday night game, so it's going to be a little bit of a mixed up week, but we are kind of in that flow of the spring semester where it's, 4 practices and then a weekend of games, 4 practices and a weekend of games. So, we think we've got opportunities to keep growing and building on things.
And to touch back on the offensive performance, we talked earlier in the year how Marcus was getting off to a slow start. Teams were able to figure him out, give him less space. But he was great this weekend. Along with Peter Unger, those two have really started to find their stride here in the second semester. Where do you see them finding their spot? Obviously, they were leaders last year. Do they keep doing that towards the end of the season?
Yeah, I think they will. Obviously, I think if you were to, at the start of the season, we were a little bit of an unknown entity to a lot of the Little East teams we've got to play. So I think if you were to look at what we did last year, like it's pretty easy, right? You look at 17, 7, and 11, and you focus on them, and you can shut the team down. Is probably the belief. I think a lot of the guys have taken steps forward. I think that Marcus has done well. He's been really frustrated by not having success, but he has had so much pressure. Like he is under constant coverage. Like he gets no space, and he still finds ways to make space for himself. Mike Collette has come on and started to play really well. He was out this weekend with an injury. We expect he'll be back this week. Him plus, him elevating his play, plus the addition of Colin Patterson at the semester break makes us deeper. So it actually creates a little bit more space for the other guys. I think teams now can't think that they've done enough if they shut Marcus down. Thor has also gotten really hot, Thor Hansen. So as his stick has gotten hotter, that makes it harder to play against all of our guys, and that makes it better and easier for Marcus and for Ungi. So, hopefully if these guys can find some consistency all at the same time, then things can click for us. And that's the thing you see, with the 3 teams we've played in the last 3 games are all very experienced teams. They're much older teams, so they're able to find a little bit more consistency and balance throughout their lineup. And right now we're kind of, like the nights when the scoring has showed up for us, the goaltending hasn't been what we've hoped. There were several nights when the goaltending was lights out and gave us a chance to win, and the scoring didn't show up, right? So it's just a matter of us kind of finding some consistency. I'm really proud of the way the guys battled last Saturday at Babson. Their comeback last night was great. It's discouraging. Losing sucks. Losing 9 straight really sucks. Losing the way we did after that comeback and battling back to force overtime hurts. The boys came back, got ready for a strong team. I do think probably the biggest thing we got to focus on right now is the starts, right? Like, that's a tough start to give up a goal early again. You know, I love the boys for how hard they're chasing it, but it's too hard to chase it all the time.
Yeah.
Coach, yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier on, but you know, later this week, you're going to have a midweek game against Salve Regina. That's going to be a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to see from the guys to get the best result in that game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a focal point, and I know we had talked about it early on in the season, is a better start. Like, we have to start on time. We'd love to see the guys play with a lead. Like, right now, the guys are starting to, despite this losing skid, they're starting to find some jam and find some excitement in playing, even from behind. I'd love to see them play with a lead.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of a key piece for us is we've got to have a better start Tuesday night. Otherwise, we're just going to keep kind of building on things. Like, the guys have started to find a little more consistency, and that's what's allowing them, you know, despite how young they are and how inexperienced we are, that's allowed them to be, you know, in every game right now.
Yeah.
You know.
And Coach, you touched on Mikey Collette returning to the lineup from injury. Another player that's been sidelined for injury now for quite some time is assistant captain Peyton Jones.
Yep.
Is there any timetable on when he'll be back?
We don't. He has started skating. We're not certain how he's going to be able to progress. The injury was more serious than we had expected and hoped, and it's discouraging right now. Peyton's a great kid, and just him getting back on the ice this week for practice a little bit with the guys helped a ton. Helped the guys, and I think it helped him. So
awesome.
So yeah, we're going to keep working at it and try to get him back out there.
Perfect. All right. Well, we'll see you on Tuesday night. Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
This is Paul Sullivan of Sullivan Tire Company. We're thrilled to be sponsoring the Keene State College Athletic Program, supporting the Owls. No matter what the sport is, in Division III, they are legendary. What a great academic institution, liberal arts school, in a beautiful part of New England. So let's go, you Owls. And remember, at Sullivan Tire, we're always here to get you there. Thank you.
My name is Irini Stefanakos. I am an environmental studies graduate from Keene State. I just always had a passion for being outdoors and outdoor activities, so I figured why not choose a path where I can do that in my work. I did an internship with the Harris Center for Conservation my senior year. The best part for me was learning really what I wanted to do with my life, with my education. That internship really gave me the confidence and experience to go out and land a job as an aquatic biologist for water and wetlands in Grafton, Massachusetts. At Water and Wetland, we take part in the management of local ponds and lakes throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. I typically spend my days collecting basic water quality data to monitor the health of these ponds and lakes, while also sometimes conducting herbicide and algicide treatments. This job is very niche, and that the fact that it's aquatic based, I didn't think that's the path I would go, but here we are, and it's actually really cool, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So.
You'll still have common days. Get caught in traffic during your commute. Overthink a text message. Get a song stuck in your head. This is not one of those days. A few weeks a year and you'll discover the most uncommon time of your life.
Keene State Men's Hockey on the Owls Media Network is brought to you by New Car Nissan of Keene. Visit them on 544 Monadnock Highway in Swansea. Your premier new Nissan and used car dealership near Keene. Discover the new car difference. The Owls fell just short to rival Plymouth State. Final score of 4-3. 3 different goal scorers for the Owls. Marcus Chrysofides, Peter Unger, and John Belisle. Take a look at the remaining schedule for Keene State Men's Hockey. Tuesday at 7 p.m. they take on Salve Regina, and then they travel to Danbury Saturday, February 7th to take on WestCon, who just earned their first conference win tonight against New England College. Friday, February 13th, they're home against Castleton. And then Valentine's Day, home against Norwich. Then that next weekend, the 20th and the 21st, at UMass Boston and at UMass Dartmouth. That will do it for the regular season for Keene State men's hockey. Take a look around the nest here. Indoor track and field. The men finished first out of 10, women's second. 7 event wins and 2 school records coming from Belay Conte and Kyle Thomas. Women's basketball fell to Southern Maine. Southern Maine, one of the top teams in the country. Keene State was outscored 19-5 in the second quarter. They trailed by 17 at the half. Bryn Radiola had 12 points for the Owls. Women's ice hockey fell in overtime to UMass Boston. They get swept on the road there in that home-and-home weekend. Emily Hansen, 2 goals for the Beacons. Ian Tosca, the goal for Keene State. The Owls 5th in the LEC, still hanging around in the playoff picture. Men's basketball took down Southern Maine 88-77. Leo Chaikin led the way with 22 points. Blakey with 19 and Shettles with 16. Then the final score from here, Plymouth State 4, Keene State 3. That will do it for us here. For everyone here on the Owls Media Network, our great team, Ryan Hearn, Allison Kenyon, Ryan Anderson, my name is Teddy Steinberg. We'll see you on Tuesday.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.